All right, guys, it is time to check out the trailer for Guns Blazing, our newest live action title. And I'm not going to make you wait any longer. We're just gonna dive right in here. Once I show you this, then I'll be back to speak for a second about the release dates, the timing on everything, some early access, and then after that, you get to see some interviews with Harley and Abby once again, and yeah, then I'll talk again, and yeah, so no more from me. Check out the trailer.
There could be goons out here. I'm not even armed in this outfit.
Who cares? We got this. Besides, I'm gonna be using these any minute now.
I'm a filthy little kidnapper like the creeps who killed my sister.
You need guns?
Stop hitting her, you motherfucker!
And hopefully you guys are very excited about this. I know I am. It was a lot of work. It was a tough project to make. Definitely the most complex thing we've done yet. Special effects, a lot of action, a lot of characters. Uh, probably the best thing we've done, I would imagine. I think you guys will probably agree. And so the release with this, before we get to the interviews, May, June, July, August. Early access on the 15th, standard release on the 25th of the month. So if you have a subscription going that's active for at least $45, then you'll get that part as it's released for that month. And the option will be on FanGauge at that time. To get that, I think I'll probably, by the time this video is released, probably have that set up, those two options on there. You got to have your channel membership first, obviously, like with everything else. There will be an upgraded version of Complete Exhaustion coming soon. I'll probably talk about that in a different video or a post or something. But yeah, so May, June, July, August, 15th and 25th. And let's check out some interviews with the ladies. You guys all just watched the trailer for Guns Blazing, our newest live action title, and obviously we have two of the stars back here, Abby and Harley, and I can see by the smiles on their face they must have been probably a little bit surprised by the trailer. I mean, I have to feel like based off of what we filmed and everything, just like seeing it come together like that with special effects and stuff, probably does that feel a little weird? Or is it what you were expecting? Or
I mean, I don't think I knew what to expect, especially like playing multiple characters. But yeah, it looked nice. Like I didn't know how you would kind of make that all fit together, but yeah, you made it all fit. So
yeah, I didn't know how I was gonna make that fit together either. Honestly, I mean, obviously, filming got a little chaotic and had some problems, unexpected issues. But I mean, yeah, and we left some scenes out 2. Some stuff didn't get filmed, so I did have to tweak the ending. But I knew I could do special effects. I just hadn't done them, so I didn't know exactly what that was going to entail. Like probably the most difficult thing was the gun bullets, like lining those up.
Mm.
I
But
was gonna say those look the best. I mean, the special effects you did in this trailer, I mean, your special effects are definitely improving from the last trailer to this one, and obviously this one is a little more intense with everything that was filmed. And then, I mean, you lined it up really well with all the bullets and the. I really liked it.
that took a took a long time. Lining up the bullets. Well, you only saw like what's in the trailer. I think I did include a couple spots though where this was one of the last things I added where the trees actually got shot, where you could see like the. Did you guys see that? Like the splatter off the tree, like with the. It looks like I think it was just like a wall cracking special effect or something. But when a couple of the shots fire, you can see like behind, you hear a sound, and then you can see like the debris fall off the tree. That was I don't know. Abby's looking confused, like maybe she didn't see it.
I'm like, maybe I wasn't looking at that part. I don't know.
Do you want to pull it up real quick?
I'll have to go back and look. I don't want to like pause the video, but I'll have to go
Yeah,
back and.
it's no, I they're not that noticeable. I mean, it's not like in your face or anything, but yeah, that wasn't difficult to put that in. But the bullets with the sound effects, and here's the thing, like with the editing programs, like I'm not a master editor. I only recently started like learning how to use more advanced programming the stuff in it. But one of the most advanced things is called tracking, where like if somebody moves, like when your gun moves and the bullet fire effect is supposed to follow it. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So I had to like frame by frame, like move the cursor, and as you moved, then I would like split the fire, like the bullet fire, and then move it like inch by
Oh
inch.
wow.
So sometimes if you well, as far as time consuming, I think it's not any less time consuming like to do it the other way. It's like gonna be a pain in the ass no matter what. I just don't really know how to do it. But um, like if you pause it like every millisecond or so, I'm sure the bullet fire is not gonna look perfect. But I just had to make it the best so that when you actually watch the video, when you're not trying to like scrutinize it, it looks as good as possible. I mean, like that with the gunfire, and then I didn't show any spots of you actually shooting my characters, just because, I mean, it's real fake blood, but who knows if it would like demonetize the video if I had like the gunshots in the trailer and like the public video. But yeah, so I had to match all that up, like the bullet fire with the fire on the gun, with the blood splat, sound effects, and there's like a lot of different times in it where you guys are running around, and I still have like the gunfire in the background from the other characters that aren't on the screen. So there was a part of the video that just took a long time to make. That's kind of been a big part of the delay with everything. Most of that was the gunfight. But then when I got to the end, then it came to the fire stuff. So what did you think about that? I'm assuming that caught your eye?
Yeah, definitely, to say the least. I, again, didn't know how you were going to do that. I don't know a lot about editing, but yes, I am excited to see how it all plays out.
Harley?
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't sure if she was done or if it looked like you wanted to speak too.
Oh, no.
No, the fire was great. The smoke, I know from, what was it, Complete Exhaustion, we have some practice with smoke and
Yeah.
that kind of aspect of it. But I mean, no, the fire was great, completely engulfed in flames. So
That, yeah, that was the end. That was the last thing I did. That's like towards the ending, and that was, yeah, a little more challenging, kind of. Well, not as it didn't take nearly as long as all the little, like all those little gun bullets and everything. That's just a very tedious. With the fire, there's like 2 separate images I took, and I wish I would have used a tripod to take them, because again, like my hand's moving a little bit and the fire isn't quite tracking with the cabin. I should have used a tripod on that. But to make, like, I took 2 separate videos of the cabin, one straight ahead, one from an angle, and to make the fire on that, I had to basically edit that part by itself, and then put that video into the project because there were so many pieces with the fire. I had to like just turn all the line items in the editor into fire editions, and just yeah, that took a minute. That with the sound effects and changing the shading, like the hue on the video to try and make it look like fiery. Um, so you'll, Abby, especially you when like when you're running outside up to the cabin, you're gonna see yourself in some different pigments, some weird coloration on yourself that you're not used to seeing. My best attempt to make a glow coming off of you from the cabin.
I look forward to it.
Best best I could do. Not an expert with any of the editing, but yeah, that's definitely time consuming. I mean, the biggest problem with it was probably that I didn't get enough shots of you three girls tied up together at the end. I have to a lot of this times I have to reuse a lot of the footage, and then even the stuff Harley with me and you tied together at the end. Um, it was like the last thing we were doing. We were just out of time. I didn't get enough shots of it, so I have to reuse a lot of that footage. I have to reuse it a lot towards the end, and I tried to make it like different. So the one scene with you three girls where our assistant has the lighter, like you guys have already been poured with some gas, and she has the lighter and she's showing it to you guys, and you're like trying to pull away. So what I had to end up doing was zoom in on that so that you can't see her, so that there's nobody there with a lighter, and pretend like that's you guys scared of the fire outside the window instead of her with the lighter. And that's where I think you probably saw it in the trailer, where like the fire, there's like an explosion and the fire comes into the room. Was that in there?
I remember her dropping a cigarette.
What the scene with Abby and the two other girls tied on the bed? There's
Yeah.
fire, I believe, that breaks through the window, and that's the same scene where the lighter was put on you guys, but it's zoomed in a way that you can't see the person with the lighter, so it feels completely different. Yeah, I had to improvise quite a bit with some stuff to try and come up with something.
Movie Matt.
Yeah, well, it was like just because I think because we missed so much and the ending was changed, and I kind of just have the pieces, and then it's like, okay, I have the pieces. Let me just figure something out to make something make sense out of it, or do something cool with it, and got to do something. But it comes out, yeah, it came out pretty good, actually. I think when you guys see the full project, you'll be pretty surprised. I just didn't know like what you guys were gonna think, um, like as far as seeing like the special effects and everything. Because when you're doing it, when you're actually out there in the woods, like holding those guns and stuff, it's got to be kind of hard because you're not actually firing them. And I didn't know, like I was lucky as I was editing it that you guys weren't like really jerking around. Like for the most part, you guys stayed pretty still with the guns. Like if you would have been like really like moving around and shit, I'd have had some real problems with it. Like I said, because I can't trace anything or track it. So I would have, yeah, that would have been.
It's just because we're so strong that we just eat all of the kickback in it.
Well,
Exactly.
well,
We're trained
it
professionals.
looks believable. Like probably the only thing. Probably the only thing that would have been cooler would have been, and this is my fault, like with directing it, because again, I mean, I would know better now because I've done one of these, mainly because I've edited it. That's kind of the thing, like the editing. Once you've edited it once and you kind of know how things go. So if we were redoing that, I would have said to you, Abby, I would have said, okay, make sure you do, because there's a couple scenes where you're shooting. I think even one in the trailer where that's an automatic weapon you have, which can do like just bursts at a time. But like the one time you shoot like two, and then you shoot like two again. If I would have known like kind of how it was going to go, I would have been like, okay, make sure you're pretending like you're shooting that fully automated. Like, so I could have
Yeah.
like, I think I have one. I think I
Yeah,
made
I know I
one.
was we're all handling a couple different of the weapons, so I might have mixed it up. But
No, I mean, I didn't tell you what to do with it. That's the thing. Like, I didn't know. In my mind, it was just like, okay, she's gonna have this. She's gonna pretend to fire it, and I can just kind of do whatever I want with it. But it's just those little couple movements. Like, I think with Harley, with you, in that the one is automated for sure. There was like at least like 4 or 5 shots in a row where you came around from the corner of the tree. So I think I got one with you too, Abby. It's a different part maybe where I couldn't. I think it was a different angle where I couldn't. See, you couldn't really see how your hands were moving. You may have been looking like straight towards the camera. So yeah, it's. But yeah, I would. I guess it would have been cooler. I feel like if there was a lot more automatic gunfire, but I just sometimes you couldn't make it work. Um, Yeah, that and probably. Well, what did you think, Abby, for you for the fight scene? Because I know I
oh,
made
I
some
thought
of
that
that
was
in there.
awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. We had a great time filming that, and I liked the specific choreography and whatnot. And I think it turned out really nice. Yeah.
I I I passed that directing duty um, off to somebody else on that, and um, the only thing I will say about that editing it, like, see, I don't know if the person who was like directing that was familiar with editing those or if they were used to one takes. Because I know.
She- Typically, from what I heard, and what they both had told me, they edit them together in
Because
multiple angles
I
and
have
stuff.
seen Instagram reels where they do a lot of one takes that
Oh
just
yeah.
kind of keep going.
Hmm.
I feel like with that, there were a couple scenes where it was a little hard for me to splice. I did the best I could with it, and I think it looks pretty good. Um, like knowing after editing it, if I would have done that a little differently, I definitely would have shot some filler scenes with a person, like say you were getting ready to throw a punch. I would have shot some filler scenes with the other person holding the camera straight at you, just so I could put it in between. Because there were certain parts where it like it, moving the camera angle, like there were a few kicks and stuff where I did the best I could to make it. I know when you guys were filming it, like it's hard to see like what it's gonna come out looking like. But I wish I'd have got a few more like filler shots and stuff like that to show like first person punching. I feel like it could have smoothed it out a little, but it still comes out pretty good. I mean, all things considered, because I had never filmed anything like that before. I'd never had a fight scene like that. The special effects, gunfire, fire in a cabin. I mean, that was a that was pretty ambitious of a project to try and stuff all that into one without ever trying to do it before, and for it to come out looking as good as it did. We got lucky, I would say. I mean, when I started watching the footage, like different parts, I was pretty worried. Like, oh man, something's gonna be missing here. I'm not gonna be able to make this look right. Like this is gonna be like there's gonna be a hole here or something. But luckily, it all came out good. Um,
Yeah.
and as far as the trailer goes, um, yeah, I didn't even have like an idea of what to do with that trailer. I just kind of decided like, okay, I'm gonna just show as much action as possible. I didn't show everything, but I figured maybe just because I didn't. Sometimes with trailers, you try and like kind of tell a little bit of a story. That I think we did with Complete Exhaustion. There was some stuff in there, some text and whatnot. But with this one, I just kind of just thought it was best to just try and
Let it speak for itself, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, it's the best of my ability. But yeah, so it won't be long now, and I'll get you guys the full version to watch, and then once that's all done and coming out here in a few months, we could. I could get your thoughts on that, on the full thing once you've seen everything. But until then, they'll have a trailer and maybe a preview. And yeah, anything else that stuck out to you about the trailer that surprised you, or you're excited to see like the whole scene?
I'm excited to see the fight scene, and I'm not even in it.
I'm excited to see it too. I'm also excited for the Russian roulette scene.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't show too much of that.
No,
I kept
only
that
because I know
out.
it's there. So
Yeah, they do know it's there, but I didn't. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, it's over an hour long. It's yeah, probably about an hour 10, somewhere around there. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more than what's in the trailer. I tried to kind of show a little bit of everything, but I definitely want there to be some surprises and whatnot. But yeah, I hope that the ending scene with the fire is not a letdown. I hope that you don't see it and be like, man, that fire looks extremely fake. Like I know you saw one clip of it, the straightaway shot, and there's another one from the side where the fire grows, and there's like a band of it that comes across, and there's some sound effects and explosion. For my limited skills, I think it looks okay, but it's the moving fire like that. Like I said, I should have used the tripod on that. I wish I would have, so that there was no movement at all. That would have helped. But something to look forward to, I guess. Maybe you'll be making fun of me next time after we watch that full version. Hopefully you're not disappointed with it. I did my best. I put a decent amount of time.
hey, I don't know how to edit, so it's better than I can do.
The only thing, like I said, the tripod for the cabin shots would have helped, and the only like little detail that I left out that nobody would even notice during the gunfight, I was close to buying a shell ejector effect. So like when you guys are shooting the guns, you can't see any shells popping out of the gun. I was thinking about buying one of those, but then I was like, oh geez, each little one. Each little one from each shot, I gotta go through that and add each little round flying. And I was like, is anyone really gonna notice those aren't there? Probably
They weren't
not.
going to until now.
Yeah. Well, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Um, well, Dave, I'll probably, yeah, they'll probably rewatch the trailer again. I'm sure a lot between now and the release. Pretty, probably our most challenging work for sure. Um, yeah, so always a learning experience though. But that's all we got. We will see you guys soon. We go. Yeah, so a lot going on here. Obviously, there'll probably be some more videos regarding, part one, part two, part three, and part four. Well, I should say videos regarding part two, three, and four, in the coming months. As far as the releases goes, there may be a preview. I do have an interview with Yulia, who is our Russian villain and also new agent, playing two characters. That will be released in a different video. It's not in this one. But yeah, so a lot of exciting stuff happening here. And hopefully you guys are excited for Guns Blazing. Hopefully you enjoyed this trailer and everything and the interviews. And I'm going to see you guys soon. So, new KK episodes and whatnot. I think I talked about this before. There were some new changes when it comes to the content ID system. Makes things a little bit tougher. Was unexpected for this year. And I'm going to have to make some adaptations to how I make public videos. Adapt to, as far as that goes, change things a little for the public versions. Obviously, the official versions are still, on private hosting and something that is unaffected. But yeah, so a little bit of a change there. But exciting stuff coming. Thank you guys for the support. I will talk to you soon.